Hello, star seeds, soul family, earth angels. Welcome to Healing Truth Tarot. My name is Shelley. Um, I think we will start the reading with the Crystal Visions tarot deck. It's Jennifer Galasso is the artist, and these are some beautiful cards, and you'll see them as we go. This reading is timeless. Whenever you see it is whenever you're supposed to see it. And it is for the mass collective, so no one specific sign. Actually, I am an intuitive, empath, psychic, and I never learned anything much about how the tarot cards were connected to the zodiac. So that is my goal, and that will start to be integrated as we go, as we grow. And let's start a reading. Cards have been pre-shuffled. They've been cleansed. All the bad juju is gone. So let's have at it. And I do not pick cards like everybody else. I'm a little weird, but I have a system that works, and Spirit helps me out with this. I don't think it matters how we do it, as long as we do it. So here we go. Oh, beautiful. First card is the Fool. And we just keep going. I don't have a specific spread. We just keep on going. Spirit, what is the energy for the mass collective today? And we have the Two of Wands. Oh, Nine of Cups reversed. That's all right. Might be a good thing. Page of Pentacles. Isn't our artwork beautiful? Favorite deck. These things are used and abused, folks. Used and abused. The Moon. Ace of Swords. See that? Okay. Five of Wands. The Hierophant. And one more. Beautiful. Eight of Cups. All right, so let's start with the Fool. That is the number 0 card in the tarot deck. Started from a new place. I was going to say from scratch, but that's not really right. Starting from a new place, starting new endeavors, starting like we're brand new. Okay, because we've been going through a whole bunch of cleansing and releasing, bringing up old stuff. I don't know about everyone else, but I know for me particularly, this started about a year before COVID hit. And the old traumas, the old crap, all the stuff that I forgot about that was pushed so far deep down in, it's just been coming back to back to back to back. There might be a little respite in there, a little bit of a break every now and then, and it feels so good for a few days, and then bam, there it goes again. So, the Fool. This is for the mass collective. We are starting over, but we're not starting with nothing. We're starting with we're starting with the Two of Wands. You see how he sits on there, looking at the water. He's got his crystals. He's got his dragon. Oh, look, the dragon's holding a crystal ball. Yeah, so he's looking at his options. He's looking at, choices. Trying to make choices, and I feel like it's been difficult for us right now to pick and choose. It's like a kid in the candy store, oh my gosh, I want to do this. No, wait, I like that over there. No, wait, let's do this other thing over here. Oh, geez, and the list is endless. And it's a beautiful thing, but it can be a little frustrating. And it can be a little overwhelming to make that choice. Um, and this isn't just about our, like, say, our mental health. This is also this new freedom that we're finding because of all that cleansing and releasing. We're feeling it on that emotional level, absolutely, but that is affecting our financial stability. It's affecting our love life stability, our family stability. It's affecting everything, and not necessarily in a bad way. I also feel like part of that cleansing and releasing has been, and this is big. I think it's big. Letting go of toxic human beings. Okay. Removing ourselves from situations that no longer serve, removing ourselves from old habits, and you've probably heard all this before, old paradigms. That's actually happening, if you've noticed, on a world power level. Things are changing, and we don't want to completely get rid of the so-called negative, okay? We need a balance. That's the thing. We haven't been balanced. We've been living in fear. We've been living in poverty. We've been living in restraints. We've been restrained, okay, because we've believed the lies that have been told by the people who are um, pulling the strings, okay? And we are noticing that we don't have to live like that anymore. That it's okay for us to be wealthy, to be happy, to be abundant in every aspect, not just financially, mentally, emotionally, family, like I said, all these things. But it takes a while for all this stuff to culminate, right? Like, you're not going to get from point A to point Z in 20 minutes. Um, the first step to change is awareness. The second step to change is acceptance. Um, and that includes accepting stuff within ourselves, things within ourselves. We call it the shadow side. I call it the shadow side. Um, Accepting that those are part of us, okay? And it's okay that they're part of us, because without those things, what's the point in being on Earth? Well, what would be the point of being in Earth school? Because we're learning stuff. That's what we were meant to do. We didn't come here and say, hey, we're going to walk around the rest of our lives blindly, and we're going to let us destroy ourselves. And we didn't come here for all that. And I'm not saying that stuff isn't a possibility, but I feel like that possibility has been pushed back behind us, not us pushing it away like this in front of us, but it's been pushed behind us. So when I see this princess, I'm sorry, prince, it is a prince. I should get better glasses. Yeah. When I see him sitting there calmly looking out at that water, because the water is soothing, right? And we came from it. So he sees the infinite possibilities. All right. Now, there's been some things going on in our personal lives concerning relationships. Some of us have had some human beings from our past trying to come back to us, because all of a sudden they realized that we weren't as bad as they thought we were, or they didn't understand us, or they didn't want to understand us, or they think that we have something better to offer them than whoever they're surrounding themselves with. And that is what the Knight of Cups upside down is. Because up until recently, and I mean days, a few days ago, these people were coming at us, okay, like a freight train. I could see it coming, just coming at me like a freight train. And there was no stopping it, but there was stopping it. There was stopping it because I had to make a decision. And we all have to make a decision on whether we want to deal with these people or we don't. People change. Absolutely, people change. But the truth is, we don't always trust. Just because somebody's changed and we can forgive someone, yes, but it doesn't mean that we trust them. And no matter what they do, we may never be able to trust them. And it's okay to keep walking away from people, places, and things that don't serve. Okay? If you don't trust someone that's coming at you, don't deal with that person. If you need closure, get your closure and then move on. Set boundaries. Be firm. Do not allow anyone to bulldoze over top of you and say you're gonna do this and you're gonna. I'm not gonna do anything. I'm not gonna do anything that harms me emotionally, especially. Because when we're in that awful emotional space of manipulators, narcissists, whatever, we can't function properly. Self-care is key. And part of self-care is walking away from people, places, and things that aren't doing anything for our emotional health. They're not doing anything for our growth. Okay? If you feel like dealing with a person from your past is going to make you move backwards, don't do it. You don't have to. It's okay for you to stand up for yourself. And I don't mean we don't have to be nasty, but we do have to be firm. And if that person doesn't like it, oh well. Don't know what to tell you. Saw you. Have a nice day. And that's how you have to do people sometimes, because they don't understand anything else. So that's what the Knight of Cups upside down means. Oh my goodness. And when we do that, this is what happens. We are sitting pretty. And not just financially, because that's coming, by the way. Not just financially, but all over. We're sitting in that tree. We're relaxing. We got our abundance. We've got everything we need. We've got peace of mind, which to me is like the most important thing. Now, I can't speak for anybody else, but for me, peace of mind is the most important thing. And if I'm not doing stuff that's giving me peace of mind, I need to pay attention to my feelings. If something feels awful, then I probably shouldn't be doing it. So here we are. We told whoever it is or whatever it was that was coming at us, no thank you. And for a lot of us, we did that before they got a chance to get to us. I did. I had to. I just wasn't gonna deal. I'm because just the thought of dealing with that person put me back in an emotional frame of mind that I was in when I was around that person. So, anywho, back on track. Yeah, because we are able to set boundaries and keep walking away from these people, places, and things that don't serve us anymore, this is what happens. We get to sit there and we get to look at our abundance. And I feel like she's grateful as well. I don't think she's just sitting there saying, oh, look what I got. See how big my ego is? I don't think that's what she's doing. Okay? And that's the other thing. Let's talk about that ego. Some of us struggle with discerning which is our intuition kicking in about a situation, or if it's that, our intuition, or if it's our fear, that I struggle with that. what is my reason for not doing this or avoiding doing that or just saying no? Well, first of all, if I'm avoiding something, it's probably something I'm afraid of. And fear comes from the ego. So that might take some work to figure out why we're making decisions. Is it based on ego-driven fear, or fear-driven ego? Same thing, right? Or is it based on our intuition? Is source, spirit, your guides, your guardian angels, your ancestors, whatever you believe in there, is that a message coming from them, or is that a message coming from our ego saying, I'm afraid of that? So, like I said, avoidance probably needs fear, generally. And then we have the moon, all right? I love these cards. These cards are so beautiful. We have the moon. Look at her little wolves. She's got guides. Those are her guides. And see, she can't see any of this really, right? She's only, the light of the moon is the only light that she has. So she's walking in faith. Faith that things are going to be okay. Faith that Spirit has her back, that Source has her back, that God has her back, that Jesus has her back. Again, whichever thing resonates with you there with your spiritual belief system. She has faith. And I really like that card because of the wolves and how they represent guidance, okay? When we meditate, and I know people cringe when they hear that, when we meditate, we connect ourselves to our higher power, okay? We connect ourselves. And so, as above, so below, as within, so without. When we meditate and connect to our higher power, we are actually in the manifestation process of bringing good things to us because we've just raised our vibration. And that faith is all she needs to know that. And that's all you need to know it too. If you can have that kind of faith, excellent. You're already halfway there. There's nothing wrong with wanting more abundance on every level, more fun. We'll talk about fun later. More fun, more good stuff that makes you feel good, listening to music, working out, hanging out with your friends, going to see a movie. I love horror flicks. That's my thing. And it's a comfort thing for me. So whatever trips your trigger, whatever you fancy, whatever makes you happy, you do it. That's what you're here for. You know, when we decided to come down to Earth School, we came down here with a plan. We knew what our plan was, and it was solid, and we were good with that. We chose the family that we were born into. We chose the body. We chose all of it, to learn specific lessons, not just one either. Specific lessons, many, for most of us, I think. And so we came down here, and then we're born, and, you know, babies, we got to love the babies because they're the closest thing to higher power. They're the most connected thing, other them and animals, the closest connected thing to higher power on the planet. And then family dynamics steps in. School peers step in. Teachers step in. And they're all busy telling us as children, no, you can't do that. No, you can't do that either. Well, you really shouldn't do that. And this is all we hear, okay? That's not what we came for. We got lost, honestly. We forgot where we came from. We came from Source. We are a direct piece of Source made in God's image, not physically, energetically. We are made in God's source's image. We are 90% source and 10% human. And we just forgot where we came from. And people call it our awakening. I call it our reawakening, because, what I said about the babies and being the closest thing on the planet, them and animals, to source. We, again, forgot where we came from. And now we are reawakening to that knowledge. Everything that that is in the universe, we already know. We don't know it consciously, but we can tap into that. And the more you meditate, the more you pray, the more you connect, however you connect. I put my feet in the grass. Put your feet in the grass. Get under that tree. Love that tree. I love trees. Love that water. The more we get into nature and do those things, those self-care type of things, the closer we get to who we really are. And the closer we get to remembering who we really are, what we really are. We are badasses. Look at the crap we've been through. Oh my goodness. We've been through some shit, okay? I don't get me started. We have been through some shit. And look, we're still here. And we're still kicking ass. I get so excited. Someday you might catch me ugly crying because I get real emotional. All right, and I'll do it right on camera. All right, so, okay, in the Ace of Swords, this is beautiful. The Ace of Swords, again, cutting through the BS. Air, swords, air. Cutting through the BS. Okay, my ear is ringing. Spirit is speaking to me. We're so supported. Yeah, so we're cutting through the BS. All right, because, we were talking about people coming at us, right, from our past that carry bad juju, say. That's going to keep happening. That's not going to stop, because people who carry victim energy, so-called, whatever you want to call it, negative energy, people who carry that energy hate people who shine. They just do. And sometimes that's painful, because it's people you really care about. You know what else? Now that I think on it, there's been an awful lot of people starting rumors about other people based on zero information. I know that humans like to gossip about people who mind their business. And they also like to gossip about people who speak their truth. And that's why it's called Healing Truth Tarot. Because we're going to speak the truth. And we're not going to BS. We're going to be for real. We have to be. We have to be if we want to be happy. All right. Beautiful card. Ace of Swords. Gotta love the aces. All right. What did I say? People are not going to stop coming at us. Not for a while. A long while. I don't think that's going anywhere for... I don't have a time frame. Again, a while. So the bottom line is that people that carry that negative energy, that victim energy, that narcissistic energy, which is an extreme form of victim energy, okay? They take from people to get their needs met. Empaths give to people to get their needs met. By the way, I'm a recovering doormat. I just thought I'd let you know. These people, this is what goes on inside of them. And we've all experienced it. I experienced it yesterday and this morning. Fighting with myself. Arguing with myself. This is how they feel about themselves. And if we're going to be compassionate towards people that hurt our feelings, or people that do us wrong, then we have got to start seeing them as people who are not aware of who they really are in any way, shape, or form. They have not gotten to the point of reawakening, and they may not in this lifetime. I don't know about you, but I'm trying to clear up that crappy karma now. Because if I decide to come back, I want an awesome life with zero karmic debt. So, anywho, so yeah, they're fighting with themselves, and that's where the compassion comes in, and it is important to have compassion. You ever like gotten in your head, say you're thinking about a situation with someone and it never got resolved and the words were never spoken about it that needed to be spoken, and you've been holding it in, and you sit there and argue with them in your head? Yeah, that's that too. um we're not perfect, we're still growing, we're still learning, and we damn well better be until the day we decide to exit the planet. We do this too. All of us do it. Every human does it. Fights with themselves. Please, I look out the window and I see some walking down the street, and all of a sudden I'm arguing with them in my head. Where's that coming from, Shelley? I don't know. There's something unresolved that has nothing to do with that person that I need to take care of. So expect this and just acknowledge it, you know? Be aware of it, acknowledge it, accept it. And then if we can work the resentments out that aren't that haven't been taken care of yet, then there's a good chance that we can stop those arguments in our head. And that all can also represent, obviously, us arguing with ourselves about this, that, and the other. Okay? It's important to keep our self-esteem healthy. And it can be hard. A lot of us have been abused in the past. A lot of us we've had some really bad experiences, okay? All to get us where we are now. Humans don't learn unless they're in an immense amount of mental, emotional, and or physical pain. We just don't. So, if you're arguing with yourself, be gentle with yourself, please. You deserve it. You're not a bad person. I don't know if anybody's ever told you that. But you're not a bad person. So, and we have the Hierophant, which kind of speaks to what I was saying about fighting with ourselves. We're going through so much change, so much transmutation of the bad juju to the good juju. It's freaking exhausting, okay? I don't know about you. I'm tired. I'm exhausted, but I'm not sleeping. And I think that's probably very common right now. So this downtime, this self-reflection, looking inwards, gently, okay? Not all at once. Take one thing at a time if you can. If you can't, meditate. So, this is the card of practicality, okay? Now may not be a good time to make a bold decision on a subject or an opportunity that you don't have all the information on, okay? And I think this card kind of points to that too. A lot of us have got stuff coming to us, which is great. But we have to sit and think it over for a while. Again, if someone says, look, this stuff is on the table for 2 days, don't bother taking it, because that's a form of manipulation and control. And you don't want to work around a person who does that. So good work ethic comes from here and here. Okay, it's not just all intellectual. What you feel in here affects what you're thinking here. And a lot of us have to heal our hearts. Okay, it's not that we can't make decisions before we heal our hearts. I don't think we're ever going to heal them completely. Not right now anyway. And probably not in the near future. But we have to be patient with ourselves and understand it's not going to happen overnight. Again, can't get from point A to point Z in 20 minutes. Took you however many years you've been alive to get to where you are. It's a good possibility it'll take you that many years to get you exactly where you want to be. And I'm not saying we can't be happy until we get to the exact spot we want to be in. Okay? That is absolutely not true. We can choose to be happy right now. And the happier we are, the higher we vibrate. And the more good things come to us. You all know that. I don't even know I'm bothering. You guys know all that. And we have the Eight of Cups. She is walking towards the moon again. See, I don't decipher my cards the same way everybody else does, and that's okay. No reader does it the same as another reader. To me, I feel like it's a hopeful card, but it's a solemn card as well. Maybe say you're trying to manifest stuff, okay? And you're not sure what to do next. Because there is a certain amount of action that comes with manifesting. I don't mean run out. I want to win the lottery. I don't mean run out and buy 500 lottery tickets. Not that kind of action. Although, if you're moved to buy a lottery ticket or two, have at it. You never know. But I feel like she's walking towards something, but she's not really sure what it is. And that's okay. Because the more we listen to Spirit, the more we'll know what we're walking towards. And it probably is going to be something completely unexpected. Again, she's being guided by the moon. She can't really see what's going on either side of her. The only thing she can see is the path that the moonlight lights up for her to walk down. So that kind of makes me think that, makes me feel like there's a whole bunch of I'm not sure where I'm going on with us. I'm not sure what I want to do. I'm not sure where I want to go. I'm not sure what's going to happen next. And that uncertainty can make us, anxious. And I sense a lot of anxiety right now in the collective. And it doesn't take a card reader or an intuitive to know that. We've got a lot going on. We can handle it, but we got a lot going on. So let's pull some more cards. I'm having all the fun. By the way, if this does not resonate with you, I totally understand. Take what you need and leave the rest. There are so many YouTube readers, so many. You will find someone that resonates with you if I don't do it for you. And it's all good. This is about you. It's not about me. It's about you and what you need. All right. Oh, look at this. The Magician. We were just talking about manifesting. Look at this badass. Okay, so I'm not sure what those are, those birds. Falcons, maybe? Falcons. Yeah. So, and he's got the bird wings too. So he reminds me of Archangel Michael a little bit. Or maybe Gabriel. But he reminds me of an archangel. And he is an alchemist, okay? He transforms whatever he desires into material form, okay, or emotional form. But all of that takes energy, right? Takes the right kind of energy. Listen, nobody's going to be positive all the time. Let's not even go there. That's never going to happen. We have negative emotions for a reason. They're our guidance system. Oh, look, I'm doing this thing over here. Well, that doesn't feel good. Then don't do it. I know. Sounds simple, doesn't it? Not always so simple. Because, again, we are human. I don't know about you, but I'm stubborn. And I'm a fixed sign. So, anywho, let's pull another one. Oh, it's the star. Okay, that I do know is an Aquarian. Is the Aquarius energy right there. These cards are so gorgeous. So a magician and a star. What does that tell you? Tells me that the good stuff is coming. And it tells me that for some of us, for some of you, it's already here. But I'm getting a message that I'm hearing it's there, but you're not seeing it. Something, because it isn't showing up in the form that you thought that it was going to show up in, which is cool. Doesn't make you a bad person. It's there. And keep plugging that meditation. Connect with that higher power, however you can connect, however that works for you. Quiet time. Self-love. I'm also getting another message. So what I'm hearing here, self-love, I said self-love, they said self-love, and I just repeated it. Look in the mirror. Look yourself right in the face in the mirror and say, I love you. And use your name. I look in the mirror, I say, I love you, Shelley. Oh my God, I freaked out the first time I did that. I thought my head was going to explode. That was one of the hardest things I've ever done in my life. It was almost as hard as giving birth, okay? But it gets easier as you go. It really does. So, self-love. Not just in action, but in thought. Affirmations. I know everybody talks about affirmations, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, I think like that sometimes still. Yeah, affirmations, those don't, but they do. I am going to suggest, Spirit's telling me to tell you to play subliminal affirmations when you sleep. Not loud enough for you to hear it. Your subconscious will hear it. You don't have to hear it with your consciously. Play those. A change will come about. You'll start seeing a change in a couple of weeks. A change for the better. And it's not like, you know how, when you take a shot of alcohol and you feel it, boom, it's not that kind of change. You're not going to feel it like that. It's subtle. But if you're paying attention, it's noticeable. All right, let's pick another card. A star is born. All right, Two of Pentacles. You go, girl. Look at her. She's dancing. And she's also juggling. She's finding a balance, but she's juggling her wealth. So that tells me that there is substantial wealth coming. Again, pay attention. I know it's easy to get sidetracked. Pay attention. Because there's stuff going on behind the scenes that you're not seeing. There's a lot of stuff going on behind the scenes that you're not seeing. Oh, it's beautiful. Oh my goodness. The poverty mindset is the hardest mindset to come out of because we're brought up. It's hard to make money. It's hard to save money. It's you have to work and hurt yourself until you die to have money. And then when you die, you won't have any money anyway. I mean, these are mixed messages. Yeah. These are the things that we hear. It's hard. Money is hard to make. Rich people are bad. That's why they're rich. They're doing stuff to other people they shouldn't be doing. And that might be so for some rich people, but not all rich people, you know? So there's big stuff coming in. And the way to receive that good stuff is to work on changing that poverty mindset, that lack mindset, that I'm not good enough for that mindset, that it'll never happen for me mindset. Just start working on it because it'll come, okay? In the higher we vibrate with those thoughts and those feelings, the higher we vibrate, the quicker it'll come. Not to rush you or anything, you know. All right, so let's pick another. Oh, the Emperor. All right, let's get to the lovey-dovey part. All right, so this can be male or female. Females carry testosterone and males carry estrogen. But this really represents the male aspect of, again, the male aspect of, hold on, I'm getting messages over here. Hold on, guys, please, Spirit, hold on. Okay, this represents the male aspect of a person coming towards you. Now, this could be the person from the past, or this could be a person from the future. Someone you might have a soul connection with from a past life, or a soul contract with from a past life, or it can be a new person, and it doesn't have to be your twin flame either. Could be, but it does not have to be your twin flame. It can be a soulmate. I called you soul family at the beginning of the video. You are my soul family. Therefore, anyone that I interact with around me is part of my soul family. And if I start a relationship with someone in my soul family, that is a soulmate. That's how I view it. So I feel like that's a new person. I don't feel like we already did the energy of the person that wants to come at you from your past. That feels like the future. I don't really get a time frame on it, but I can tell you it's not right now. It's when you're ready for it. I feel a whole bunch of indecisiveness in regards to people making decisions on whether they want to even have a relationship or not. There is nothing wrong with being alone, and there's nothing wrong with saying not now, and there's nothing wrong with saying no. And by the way, no is a complete sentence. Okay, just remember that, no. But I feel like that's a future person. I feel like they have stability because this guy to me embodies the male energy. Okay, so let's see what we come up with next. Maybe get some more information on the Emperor there. Oh my goodness, here's some more information. See how she's hanging on to her pentacles with everything she's got, afraid to lose something. All right, I think that means that this new person's going to come along. And there's going to be some fear on your part of losing something of yourself. Not necessarily money, but I think that's part of it, but not necessarily just money. Losing a part of your emotional self. Getting all wrapped up in another human being. And then letting what you need fall to the wayside. Which is why, that's why I said, this emperor is not going to come until you're ready. And if one passes you up, another one will come right behind that. But there's an energy in the collective right now of people are so unsure of what's going on and what their futures are that they're literally grappling for a foothold just to get something firm underneath their feet. And I also see the collective, there's a lot of fear. And rightly so. There's a lot of fear. Everything's changing. The old stuff is falling down. And guess what? The old stuff is grappling for a foothold too. The old stuff doesn't want to go anywhere. That negative bondage energy doesn't want to go anywhere because it's losing its power, and it knows it. Maybe not consciously, but it knows it. And people do dumb stuff when they're afraid. And that's all this really boils down to, is there's a lot of fear. And it's okay to be afraid. But you know what? Where's my moon? I want to bring up my moon. There she is. Source has our back. See the guides? Spirit has our back. It's okay to be afraid too. But at some point, you're going to have to start trusting something. And right now, it's really hard to trust human beings. And it might be the last resort to trust something bigger than us. Something that only wants the best for us. Something that loves us. Something that applauds us. Even when we screw up. Applauds us. Because they know that when we screw up, we're going to learn something from that. And we're going to grow. And we're going to change. And we're going to be better. Okay? Spirit's got your back. Two of Swords. Making a decision. Now, that blindfold isn't tight on her. Okay? Her hands are not bound. She's trying to find balance. And in this one, it's crows. And crows are messengers. So, they're trying to get her attention and let her know what's going on. And she is choosing, out of fear, to stand there with the blindfold on, holding those swords, afraid to let those go. So let's see if the next card says she makes a decision to take the blindfold off. Let's see. Speak to me, Spirit. Speak to us. Oh. King of Wands. Wands is movement, so she does make the decision. And I think that's where we're at with that Two of Swords. I think that's where we're at for real, is just too afraid to take the blindfold off and see what's in front of us or see what's coming. Understandable. See him? He's the king. We all embody the king in some way, shape, or form. And the king is sure and steadfast. Let's get another. I'm having all the fun. I don't know about you. I hope you're having fun. Please, I would really appreciate it if you could subscribe and give me a like and hit that notification button. There will be videos coming up for each sign very soon. So if you hit that notification button, you'll know when those are. All right, and the Four of Wands. Home, family, security, love, comfort. Look, he adores her. See? You see all the crystal balls? Yeah. Future. I mean, that's what we use a crystal ball for, right? Is to look into the future. A nice future, a good future, a great future. Okay. And that is us. We got a lot of cards here. I'm going to pick one or two more, depending on what Spirit tells me. All right, Spirit, help us out here. Another four. Four of Cups. Cups are about emotion. She is loving those cups. And since cups are about emotion, she is loving herself, and she is also loving what she has. She's grateful for what she has. Okay. Spirit says one more for a final. All right, I'm going to actually do a little tiny shuffle here. All right. Card for the collective. Final card for the collective, please. One more. One. Oh, there she is. What'd I say? The Lovers. This, I think it means what it looks like. It means love, partnership type love. Doesn't necessarily have to be a romantic partnership, but I'm pretty sure that's the main gist of this card right now. All right. Love of self. If you love yourself, you can love somebody else properly. Not out of fear, not out of being codependent, not out of being needy, not out of feeling lack, but out of love that literally comes from your heart. When you look at that your person, when you get excited that your person walked in the door from work, that's love. It's a beautiful thing. So this is the final card. Love yourself. Love others to the best of your ability. And remember, we're all doing the best we can at any given moment. And we are worth having every single thing that we desire. Smooches. Mwah.